Hello, this is Emma Hobson.
Elena Hobson, no.
Okay, today we're gonna have my sister pick me out some books.
Are you gonna buy them?
Yeah.
Oh, you got money like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, today we're gonna have my sister pick me out some books, and then we're gonna read them and see if I like them. Elena, what kind of books do I like?
Mystery. Love. She likes sex books.
Okay. What books have I already read this year?
A lot of sex books. Asian sex books. Cut this scene out. Yes,
Is it gone?
Yeah. Do you use moisturizer?
I have eczema.
That's okay. What's that have to do with my question?
Show Will. That's Will. Okay.
That's my daughter as well. Don't edit her face out because she's too famous for you bitches.
And let's go. Love you. Bye.
I love you too.
Oh.
Will would have been like.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a black guy. I am choosing this book, The Lady in the Lake, because if I'm keeping it real, I'm watching Baltimore PD on HBO, and this is about a girl who helps Baltimore police find a murdered girl. And I fuck with Baltimore.
Wait. Here, Elena, do this. Elena.
I'm picking this book because I just like the story behind it. It's about a girl who's calling to get dating advice for her mom, and he's fallen out of love with his bitch. So it's going to be interesting. I assume they fall in love and have sex.
All right, Elena has chosen her last book, and it is...
What I should have said. It's about a woman who is a runaway bride and just a kind of broody, mean guy who tells you stuff you might not want to hear, as it says right here. And
You have not read any of these books.
no, I don't read. This one is she hitchhikes. She hitchhikes. She hitchhikes from him, and he tells her to get out of the car, and it starts with this brooding romance and love and lust and thrust and gust. So that's why I picked it.
Okay. And give us a quick show of all three, please. That's my boyfriend's recording.
That's my husband, so figure I don't want your nigga. So
There they are.
money spread.
Wish me luck. My sister actually lives like 9 hours away from me in Virginia, so we were staying at her house, and I had never been there before, so I was going to try to read there, but there was just so much going on that I decided that I was just going to drive home and read them at home, so I'll see you when we're back in my bedroom. Love you, bye. So I had my sister pick me out some books. I don't know the verdict yet on how I feel about these books, but I decided to start with the one I think I'd like the least. I like horror, but I don't know if I'm so much into pure mystery. And I don't even know if that's what this book genre would be. I'm only about 127 pages in. That's not even halfway. I'm not too sure what this book is about yet. So far, it's about a woman named Maddie Schwartz in 1966 Baltimore. And so far, she's gotten a divorce and left her husband. And now she lives in this shitty apartment on a weird part of town, and she has a relationship with a black man who, in this day and age, they call them Negroes, like, just so often. I think eventually she's going to find the body of Cleo Sherwood. Sherwood? Because at the first chapter is the point of view from the lady in the lake herself, and I think it's Cleo Sherwood. So far, Maddie has already found a dead body of an 11-year-old girl. So, this shit is a turn away from what I've been reading most often lately. I want to at least get halfway. Come on, I'm so close. If I get bored with actually reading the physical copy, I'm going to listen to the audiobook because I downloaded that too, and I'm going to clean my room and listen to that. But so far I'm reading, and I am intrigued, and I want to see where this is going, genuinely. It's just not something that I would typically pick up. But the two other books she chose for me are romance. So hopefully that is some promising news. It's just so funny that this is the book my sister picked out for me because she fucks with Baltimore. But anyways, we're going to read for as long as I can, and then I'm going to listen to the audiobook and clean my room, and I will get back to you when I'm almost done. I'm going to be almost done with this. Bye-bye.
All you need is a focus and a story to hold, and the faith that you can achieve what's inside your soul. Someday you'll make it on by.
It is I. It's not even that late. I'm exhausted. It's my mom's birthday tomorrow, and we had a dinner for her tonight, and I'm tired. But I need to read. I need to get these books done. Like, let's talk about The Lady in the Lake by Laura Lippman. Guys, bad news. This book was not a bad book. It just wasn't for me. My sister, I think, picked this for me because she wanted me to branch out of romance and do some mystery, because she knows I do like thriller and horror, but I've found out crime is not for me. I mean, I'm not going to like totally completely write it off just based off in this one book, but I think. And so she's trying to, my cats are sprinting around if you see that and hear that. She is trying to make a name for herself in this reporting newspaper scene. And so she's trying to get down to the bottom of this murder of this dead body that she found, which is not Cleo. That is a separate body. So she she's associated with two different murders in this book. So we really get to see her perspective. It's not first person for her. It's third person for her sections, but in between, which I really do like this. There was a lot of complaints about this on Goodreads because there was too many characters, but I really like this format that this author did. Is like, it would be a chapter about Maddie, and then what she has going on and what she's doing, and then it would be like some random fucking person that we never hear or see or nothing again. Like, they're not important to the story at all, but we see from their point of view, like just like her server at a restaurant, or like someone she went to high school with that she ran into. Like, it's just like their point of view of exactly what just happened, and we never hear from them again. I really like that because I like knowing what people are thinking. We don't always get to see what other people are thinking, and we don't necessarily need them to be main characters. So I really appreciated that. That is really where my appreciation ended. I didn't find myself needing to like pick this book back up. I wasn't thinking about it. The main reasons I was thinking about it is because I couldn't wait to finish it and then maybe watch the show it was adapted to be a TV show. My boyfriend I love him so much. He's such a gossip. I love him. Yeah, it was not a bad book, and I think that it is worth a read. I guess I'm just not a crime girl. It followed a white woman investigating the murder of a black woman, and it was just like, I don't really care about her. I care about the black dead lady, but I don't super care about this Jewish woman who just left her husband, and that's kind of her whole personality. I'm going to give it a low 3 stars. It's not 2 stars because it wasn't horrible, and 2 to me is just like shitty. I guess it works, I guess. This one's just like kind of boring, and I think that the ending was a total cop-out. If you know, you know. The solution, what ended up happening to all these people was such a cop-out, and I didn't like it. Wasn't a big fan of the ending. 3 stars for Lady in the Lake by Laura Lippman. Let's wrap that shit up. Next, I'm reading What I Should Have Said by Max Monroe. I think this is 2 different authors. Like, one's Max and one's Monroe. My sister picked this book for me because it's a romance. This is never a book I would have ever picked up unless I was given a recommendation. Only because I surely do judge books based off their cover, and I don't like when they don't have people on the front. I don't know. I'm just super into the character covers right now. But this isn't an ugly cover. Also, the sprayed edges, not like my style. This is just giving like, what is it giving? I'm not sure. There is a playlist in the beginning of this book, and like 3 of them are black. They're just like all white people. Why is Sia in here? What's really going on? But I'm not judging this book yet. I might really like it. I'm literally only on page 14. So far, Nora, who is running away from her fiance at the altar, I think she's going to visit her sister, and she's estranged from her older sister, and but she's going to visit her because she has no one else right now after she's left her fiance. And she's left her fiance for a reason. We don't know that yet, but she's left her fiance for a reason, and she runs into bad boy Bennett Bishop himself. You guys have Bennett Bishop. I don't know why they said himself, but enemies turn lovers, strangers become friends, dark secrets bust open like what? Enemies turn to lovers, strangers become friends, dark secrets bust open like cans of worms, and most of all, summer will never be the same. Guys, I've been being so rough with my books. I don't know why. Like, I swear I just put it in my book sleeve and then I wrap that shit up, but it's like fucking scraped on the side. I don't know. I'm excited. Oh, there's a picture of the authors in the back. Are they both girls? They are both girls. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited for this one, obviously, because it's a romance, and I feel safe with these, and I know that there's going to be a happily ever after for most of them. The last like gruffy, like grumpy character I read was from a novel love story by Ashley Poston, and I really liked it so much. I'm on chapter 2, literally. I don't like that his name is Bennett. That's my ex-boyfriend's last name, and I just don't want to like make him look like him in my head. Also, actually, the non-character covers can be nice sometimes because now I can pretend that he's not white unless they say like his fucking pale skin and blue eyes. I'm so tired of that shit. Can we write something like Hannah Gray style but with black people, please? This video is taking me a long time, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard to be a good little YouTuber, but I take forever to read. I have a real job, okay? Let's just fucking read this and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Don't know what to say or what to do. I'm putting everything at stake to get to you. I needed you since I first laid eyes on you. Until I touch you and kiss you, I'm stuck thinking of you.
It is a couple days later since I've filmed my last clip and since I started What I Should Have Said, and I have finished it since. I think this book took me 3 days, which is pretty quick for me lately. I've been working on doing bullshit, so I'm proud of myself. But I would never pick out a cover that looks like this unless I had like an explicit recommendation. I do not know why. It's just not my type. I've been really into the cartoons lately. Controversial, I know, but I really like the cartoons. Also, I've never heard of this author. I've never heard anybody talk about them, but it is 2 girls that wrote this. Now, on the back, it explains this book as a typical enemies to lovers type romance. Like, it literally just explains the girl, Nora Ellis, and then explains the guy, Bennett Bishop. The last paragraph says, enemies turn to lovers, strangers become friends. Dark secrets bust open like cans of worms, and most of all, summer will never be the same. I'm going to spoil this book because there's nothing I can say about this book that is not a spoiler. Nowhere on the back does it say that the hero has a daughter. I do not like my books to have kids in them unless they are older. Like if they're like, I don't know, 15 and up. Usually that's just like not my vibe. I don't like when kids are involved. I'm more interested in the people, and that's probably very controversial, but I just don't want to read about kids. Also, I really don't want to read about child loss, especially when there is zero trigger warning in the beginning of this book. I do not want to read books about kids dying or kids being in pain or kids being hurt. And the fact that this book doesn't say on the back or on the front anything that a child dies in this book. It says, this story contains sensitive subjects such as abortion, death, and abuse. That is not, you need to put child loss, child death. I can deal with an adult dying, even though it's still sad. I don't want to hear about a child being in pain. I gave this book 3 stars because it wasn't a bad book. I just really didn't like being caught off guard like that. Death versus child loss is just, it's different to me. It's a different subject to me. So obviously, hero and heroine end up together, and they end up getting together right around the time that Bennett's daughter begins to really struggle, and she's 7, and she has this disease where she can't walk, and it's just eating away at her body slowly the entire book. Her name is Summer, and she passes away, which is the like 3rd act or 2nd act, whatever, conflict between them, which I just feel like is such a fucking complicated thing that that is what puts a break in their relationship, is the fact that his daughter passes away and he's just not emotionally available right now. And I feel like that is just so much, it's just so much different than what the triggers said. Yes, there is abortion, and yes, there is death and abuse. Abuse is like not even a quarter of the book. And I don't know. It was just a lot to read about. I really liked both the characters. I was rooting for them. I'm also not a fan of accidental pregnancy. I don't know why. It's not for me. I have a book, or actually I don't have it. But I do plan on reading that book about I think it's accidental pregnancy. But it's just not a trope that I am necessarily like super intrigued to read. I know it sounds like I'm complaining about every trope, but I don't know. I just don't want to read about accidental pregnancy. Like that's not a way to fall in love with someone. That's not a reason to stay in a relationship, even if you already like each other. Fuck it, I don't care. But like, test the waters, because a child is a child, and that is a person, a person who becomes a bigger person in the future. Anyways, I'm off track. In the end, she has a baby with this man after knowing him for 9 months, maybe 6 months. I hate quick marriage proposals. It's giving Tessa Bailey Wreck the Halls. So they get married, which is fine. They really do love each other. It's fine. Then they have the baby and they name it Autumn. I don't know what the Caucasians are doing, but they really did it with this book. Autumn? Your kid dies, her name is Summer, so you name the next one Autumn? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's like naming your kid Their Name Part 2. What? Anyways, what I am currently reading is much more intriguing. I'm much more into it than I was this book. Obviously, every book is more complicated than my review is going to make it seem, but overall, I didn't like the lack of trigger warning and that fact that I was caught off guard, and I feel like the trigger warning does not suffice. You need to be more specific about children dying. Guys! Now I'm reading a book that I would have picked up even if my sister hadn't picked it out for me. It's called First Time Caller by B.K. Borson, my first B.K. Borson book. I do have a Christmas book of hers that I haven't read yet. And it's about Lucy Stone and Aidan Valentine. And ooh, I cannot tell you the last time I read a romance where the guy falls first, but new favorite trope? Hello? When the guy likes her first, bitch, I'm going crazy. And I'm not even that far in yet. You guys know what this book is about. It's really, really popular, but it's about Lucy, whose 12-year-old daughter calls in, who I do really like. So far, I'm loving their dynamic. I love all the characters. Her dad is a gay man, and so they're all really close-knit, and I just love their family. And this is like a time that I do actually like a kid in the book. Lucy's daughter calls into a romance hotline on the radio, and she tells the entire world, because the moment goes viral, that her mom is fucking lonely and she needs a boyfriend. And so she meets Aidan, who's the host of this show, and that is where we are right now. Like, they just started being in the booth together because she ends up joining the show and going and talking to people on the radio who are obsessed with shit like that, and they were obsessed with the viral moment. So they're talking to her, and he like keeps like accidentally touching her thigh, and like she's not saying anything about it, and I'm just loving it so far. I am loving it. And I love when the guy does not have blue eyes. I don't know what it is. I don't have a white boyfriend, so I hate it when the character is tall, muscular, blue eyes. Like, can we get like a 5'8" guy with brown eyes and like has a little bit of a tummy? Can we get that? I'm into this. So I hope that I like it. I really hope I like it. And the last 2 books I read were both 3 stars. So Elena's not doing bad. She's just picking books that I would not pick out for myself. Except for this one. Also, this book takes place in Baltimore, which we know by now that Elena fucks with Baltimore. So I'm really excited. Hopefully I can finish it tomorrow because I really want to get this video out. It's been a really long time since I posted a video, and I want to create a community. I actually joined Bumble BFF because I'm looking for friends in my area to talk about books. And I have friends who read books, but just they're in school or they have a full-time job that doesn't let them read books as much as they would like to. So I just really want somebody that like is constantly reading and like romance, and it's a heavy ask. Like, can I just be friends with Haley Pham, Chandler Ainsley? I would like to be your friend. DM me on Instagram and I will come to your house. Like, I'll like on your invite, like not like not, I don't know where you live except for like Texas. I'm pretty sure they both live in Texas. Guys, I will make the trip to Texas. Anyways, I need to like go somewhere to read. tomorrow. Like, I want to do what the bookish girls are doing and go to a fucking cafe or some shit. Like, I'm off tomorrow, so we'll see. Love you, bye. Oh, I'm on page 142. I already said that, and let's finish this. I will be back when I have finished this book, and hopefully it's a 5-star. I'm hoping. The text conversation was dying down, and he texted, "I hope you're having a good night, Lucy." Like, just to say something else. I feel like without context, that seems like the bare minimum, but
How did I get so lucky? I die when I look in your eyes, then I come back alive when you touch me. You're the one for me, so here I am to give all I have. I'm in love with you, and you know that it's true. You can always count on me to carry you through. And if you get scared, remember I'll be right there with you. Here's what I'll do.
I have completed reading the books that my sister has picked out for me, and I'm going to give you a final rundown of what I thought of all of them. I read The Lady in the Lake first, 3 stars, and then I read What I Should Have Said, which was also 2.53 stars. This is the only book I would have picked up that, like, without my sister picking it for me, so I'm probably a bit biased, but I give this book 4 stars. And I always, like, psych myself out when I read Goodreads reviews because maybe I shouldn't like it as much as I do, but I did like it. And I literally just complained about kids being in books, but I adore the kid character in this book. She's 12. She's not annoying. She's not in it too much, but she's important to Lucy. And then I also really, really love the, like, dynamic that her parents have with each other. Lucy got pregnant the first time she ever had sex, and it was with her closest friend who is now married to a man named Mateo. So Lucy's daughter has 2 dads and a mom, and it's just, I love their dynamic. They live, like, right next door to each other, and I just feel like that would be such, like, a good movie type thing. I feel like that's something that only happens in movies, is people living next door to each other and being able to, like, climb through each other's windows. Anyways, I saw someone say that Lucy deserves better, and I don't know if I necessarily agree. I feel like Aiden wasn't annoying. He fixed what he needed to fix, and what are you going to do? Like, you fall in love with who you fall in love with, and if he kept being that way, then yeah, he wasn't good enough for her, but he fixed it in the end, and I really loved that about this book. I really liked the characters, Lucy and Aiden. I was really attracted to both of them. I will say, I also really love how we don't get too much into their future. I don't know why that is such a thing for me, but I hate it when it's like 6 years in the future and they have like 18 kids and they're married. I don't want to know that. I want to know the immediate future. I want to know that they're happy, and I want to know that they're doing well. At the end of Icebreaker and Wildfire, and I'm assuming Daydream, but I haven't read that one yet, she really gets into, like, oh, here's what they're like in the next 7-8 years. And I guess I like it's fine. I do appreciate that sometimes, but I just really liked that this was just like, this is what we do now. And, like, she's a part of my life, and there doesn't need to be this, like, oh, like this wedding or a proposal, or because that's not what you need to be happy. And I really like that. So B.K. Borson has earned a fan. I will be reading the book that comes out next year, and Back to You by B.K. Borson. It's a continuation of Aiden's best friend Jackson's story with, I'm assuming, a girl named Delilah, because she's mentioned in this book like twice. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, I gave this book 4 stars. So overall, what are you eating? You little asshole! Oh my god, he's a fucking tweaker. So I'm going to try to get videos out more consistently because I really, really like making this. It just, like, takes so much recording for me to be able to, like, be proud of what I've done. So I hope that you liked this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I'm thinking my next video will be a trying to knock out things in my TBR, because that's my TBR stack back there, and I need to read that. Like, I can't be like these YouTubers that have, like, reading that 157 books on my TBR. Even though I eat those videos up, I cannot have that many books unread, because I'm poor. So thank you for picking these books out for me, Elena. I think that I also fuck with Baltimore. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.